Okay, down to Ascension 2 for the defect run. Ascension 2 with 0 points. Yeah, Silent is shrouded. You think Ironclad is of unclear gender? I suppose. It's only the gender tropes that tell me that Ironclad is male. It seems like Ironclad is designed to lean into those gender tropes, though, so perhaps. Even then, the only thing that tells us that Watcher is female is gender tropes, right? It's just the hair and stuff. Men can grow out their hair. We could get a card remove, Nia's Lament, 2 card removes for 7 max HP, or a boss relic. Well, I almost never trade out boss relics on defect because the starting relic is so good. And I almost never remove a card from the deck because we need the strikes to fight Act 1 elites. So the only thing left is Nia's Lament, which I usually only pick if I can actually snipe an elite with it. We can snipe this elite, theoretically. It's like a 60% chance or something. It's not a particularly appealing route, but we can get 3 elites out of it. No fire. Oh, I guess it was 1 fire. I thought there was no fires. I was wrong. If this is a fight, do we still go this direction? Yeah, I think as long as we don't have a bunch of health lost by the time we get here, we still go that direction. Okay, now you win. I'll take your gift. This always looks like a wrapped up present to me. I'm not really sure what it is in reality. It's like a box that contains 3 magic spheres. Weird. Ball Lightning is probably my number 1 floor 1 defect damage common. So here we are on floor 1 as a defect, and here's the Ball Lightning. So it seems like we should probably pick it. Nothing crazy has happened so far in the run that would persuade me that we should pick a Compile Driver, which is still high on the list, but not number 1. So we'll pick the Ball Lightning. This event is way cheaper on low ascensions, so we'll give it a shot and get an Orichalcum. Okay. Dual cast is a fun way to win that fight. FTL, boot sequence, or auto shields. I feel like boot sequence should be like anchor sequence. It's kind of boot sequence versus FTL for me. Auto shields can have some problems going off in defect decks. The times when you can't play auto shields, though, are typically times when good things are already happening. Like you're having a loop hit a Frost Orb already. However, we already have Orichalcum, which is pretty much the same thing as a baby auto shields at the end of every turn. So I don't think we're picking auto shields. Because you don't want 2 of them. So I think it's boot sequence versus FTL. FTL is a card. You can put it in your deck. It does some stuff. Sometimes it draws you a card. Sometimes All for One gets it back. But frequently you experience regret as a result of picking FTL. But I think for now it's good, and we need some. We don't super need power right now, because we took Nia's Lament and we're likely to snipe this first elite. But I think we'll take it anyway. All right, this is not a fight. We can only heal for 12, so we might as well remove a card. Am I thinking straight? If we take the health, do we ever fight this Mega Elite? If we take the health, heal the full, snipe this elite, and then This is our last easy pool fight, so it is reasonable to assume that we get through it without losing any health. If we get, like, biased cog from this elite, then we're definitely fighting the Mega Elite. Whereas if we remove the strike, we probably wouldn't. But removing the strike makes the deck better in the long term. And taking the health doesn't dramatically change the probability of us taking this elite, because there's a fire before it. So if we do take damage, we can just heal up. So I think we'll remove the strike. It's not a fight, although it kind of feels like a fight. Defect starting deck has some really good upgrades in it. Dual cast, sap. Ball lightning gets an okay upgrade. It's basically the same as a strike. FTL also gets an okay upgrade. Alright, let's do it. 2 defends. Alright, that seems fair. This is one of the few Nia's Lament situations where you can lose health. But not today. Pen nib, huh? All for one, wow. I'll definitely grab an all for one. We already have an FTL too. Wow. Well, I talked about bias cog, but maybe all for one is good enough to convince me to take that elite instead. I think we want to preserve health in this fight, so I think we're gonna double defend instead of all for one-ing. So we want to try to set up Pen Nib. If we could set up Pen Nib and get at full health, I think we will go to the Mega Elite. And lose my second run in a row to a Mega Elite. We're definitely not finishing at full health because we're either taking damage or winning the fight before we set up Pen Nib here. Defend is not getting played because we have Orichalcum. So we're only taking 1, it's not a big deal. If we dual cast, we do 16, then we can double strike, set up Pen Nib on 4. It's not great, but we don't really need to set up Pen Nib super well. So I think we'll just take the win. We've got 3 potions too. They're not super useful potions. Steam Barrier or Streamline? Streamline's a little bit hard to get going in an all-for-one deck. Hexaghost. So if we fight a Mega Elite here, it could be Gremlin Knob or Lagavulin. Worst case scenario is probably regenerating Gremlin Knob. Maybe Strength Gremlin Knob is worse. But honestly, like even like a Metallicize, Lagavulin, just like pick any combination, they're all bad. I think we skipped the Mega Elite. I don't think we can afford this. We are well set up, but I don't want to like lose this run to enthusiasm. You know, we have all for one. We've gotten a lot of the power up we needed out of Act 1 already. I think we just pick Steam Barrier and skip. We're still getting 3 elites in the Act too. It's like, we don't need to go for... we also have Speed Pot though. Speed Pot's really good with Steam Barrier, especially if it's Lagavulin. I think we beat Lagavulin, no matter what the configuration is. We can maybe beat Gremlin Knob. Man, I am so arrogant. We would definitely die to Gremlin Knob, right? It's a low Ascension Gremlin Knob. Yeah, we've in fact lost the Elites are harder modifier for Ascension 3. Alright, we're doing it. It is Lagavulin. Max HP Lagavulin. I guess we'll FTL. Doesn't commit us to anything. Let's go ahead and wake him up. We've got Ball Lightning. We can all for one back in FTL later. We have Steam Barrier, so we can potentially play that twice. Fill up those orb slots. Do some damage. We're probably going to Potion of Capacity this fight, so we don't want to dual cast. Alright, we got Pedneb on all for one. And we can play Steam Barrier twice with it. Steam Barrier, bad play? What are you talking about? It blocked damage. Oh, you know what? It didn't. You're right. Orichalcum. We could speed pot, double speed Steam Barrier this turn. And then, let's see, that already blocks us for 20, or 19, I guess. So we don't need to do more. But then what are we doing with all these other cards? I guess dual cast. Doing 36 damage. Okay. We're getting 9, 18 damage out of that, so we just need to get a little bit more out of attacks from hand next turn. We should get there. Shouldn't play Steam Barrier for the reasons that Sir Artemal aptly pointed out. Do we have lethal with Zap Alpha 1? So we do 8 damage with that, 9 damage at the end of turn. That's 17. 17 plus 9 is lethal. It's 26. Alright. Well, that was about the easiest possible Mega Elite, so we won. Scrape and Beam Cell are both participants in an all-for-one combo deck. Loop is a tremendously powerful card. I think we don't have very many zero-cost cards. We're pretty much just getting Steam Barrier and FTL. We probably want to upgrade Zap and Dual Cast with all-for-one. Beam Cell is not very good if you don't get an upgrade. Also, Beam Cell kind of junks up your all-for-one draws a little bit. It can be hard to get back the cards you want because you're getting back Beam Cell repeatedly. But we definitely can't skip this because we got a bunch of all-for-one synergy stuff. So maybe we take Scrape. Scrape is really best when you have all-for-one in hand. Yeah, we're definitely not skipping. Although I don't think we're taking Loop either. I think like Skip is the worst, Loop is second worst, and then both Beam Cell and Scrape are better than Loop. I think I'll take Scrape because it's an uncommon. There's lots of zero-cost attack commons for Defect, so yeah, Loop is really good, no doubt. I think your argument for Loop is always stronger than whatever is probably better than your argument than Fumes is always better than whatever, because Loop is super powerful. It's definitely Strawberry over Skip. I think we heal here so that we can fight both of these. Although I would like to get that upgrade for the Zap. Okay, we're already blocked for 6 here, so we're not going to Steam Barrier, unless we wanted to block for 12, which seems like more than we need. So let's just FTL and all-for-one. And I guess Zap, the last energy. Oh, Lightning Orb disagreed on the target. I thought I'd pick the one with lower health. I didn't realize the one with the higher health was in fact the correct target. Scrape gets a shuffle. Could potentially draw FTL with it. Also, getting a shuffle before this turn ends is pretty big, because there's only 4 dazes in the deck, so we kind of get a free shuffle with pretty good good density of damage. It also sets up Pen Nib, so we can scrape Pen Nib to kill Front Sentry. Wastes quite a bit of damage, wastes 6 damage. We could scrape and scrape the back sentry or the middle sentry, one of these two, and then strike the front guy and then ball lightning the same target, one of the back two, leaving him at 1 and having 3 lightning orbs. It's decently likely to kill him. It ends up being 1 minus 2/3 to the 3, which is 8 over 27. So it ends up being 19 out of 27, whatever that is, some number. It's irreducible because 19 is prime. Is 19 prime? I guess it is. Yeah, you know, I'm really unsatisfied with the serialization options in Slay the Spire. I don't understand why it can't, like, save in the middle of fights. It just seems like a really easy thing to implement that they just decided not to do. And there's no, like, you can't save and then try something else. You can start a run with the seed, or you can use your 1 save slot. I mean, I guess technically you could have, like, save slots if you wanted to, like, you could just save your whole Steam library and then, like, duplicate it wherever you want, but and presumably there's a more atomic version of that. There's probably a mod that does save slots for Slay the Spire, if I had to guess. Maybe not. Mods that do big, heavy UI things are not super common. I think we just scrape and strike the same target, even though most likely it kills him. Blocking for 9 100% of the time is better than blocking for 9 whatever, 19/27ths of the time. Do we want Ball Lightning in the shuffle? Because we could Ball Lightning and then strike and then scrape. That would increase the density of the shuffle even further. So I think I'll do that. I guess we can waste less damage by scraping. Yeah, because then we get to do 9 damage to somebody else instead of 7 damage to somebody else. So that way we're not putting Strike Plus in the shuffle. And Strike Plus is a good card. But I think the damage efficiency is more important than getting a Strike Plus in it. Okay. It didn't even show me what that card was. Oh, it was All for One! Oh no! That's unfortunate. We'll try to kill this guy before next time around. Lightning Orbs disagree. Okay, Lightning Orbs, whatever. Max damage is Ball Lightning Dual Cast. But Dual Cast Ball Lightning keeps all 3 orbs up. Which is neat. Defend blocks for more than Orichalcum, because these are upgraded, so we can do both of these and then a defend. So I guess we're always playing a defend. If we play Ball Lightning and then Dual Cast, we're left with 2 orbs, but we get 3 evokes out of it. So it's 24 total AoE damage. So if we put the Ball Lightning on the front sentry, we have a 1 in 8 chance of killing the front sentry. That's 1/2 cubed. Because they all have to hit the front guy. It's like 12% chance. We don't really need to do that, though. So I think I won't. I guess we can... No, if we dual cast first and they both hit him, we don't have an out. Because it does 16 and then 7, so it's 23, but then, like, all 3 have to hit him. But that's okay. Yeah, see, it wasn't going to happen. So we'll try to execute this guy before his turn. I guess I'll draw a card. And do a little bit of damage. Still a good chance he dies. And Steam Barrier does the same block as Orichalcum. Okay, now we just get to end turn. Nope, we should set up pen nib. Bronze scales versus Hexaghost. Yes, please. We get another copy of Ball Lightning, but that isn't really the important thing that the deck does. The important thing the deck does is All for One. So I think we're going to skip Ball Lightning now. Surprise shop. We have access to orange pellets and claw and turbo. Well, orange pellets is a frequent participant in broken defect decks because we can bias cog and then purge the debuff. Orange pellets is just a common component in broken decks. Orange pellets is really good. So I think we'll just take the orange pellets. It's speculative, but it's also just not speculative because it's going to end up paying off at some point. It's guaranteed to do something. I don't know if I'm in for a turbo or claw. Do we need claw to beat Hexaghost? Actually, we do. Our damage scales really slowly. All for One seems like it's a really big damaging card, but actually it's pretty low damage per energy. It's 5 damage per energy, so it's like worse than a strike. So really our only like high damage per energy card is Ball Lightning at 10 damage per energy, which is great. Scrape's 7, so it's like a little bit better than the strike. Strike pluses are 9. FTL is technically infinite, but you know. So I think we will actually buy a claw from a shop. World first intentional claw purchase coming up. Look at that. We did it. Claw deck, get hyped. I did it for the memes. Okay. Seems pretty clearly defend Zap Strike Plus. I guess we could have triple striked the Laos. Something I didn't really consider. Apparently double striking Laos would have been enough because both of the lightning orbs hit him. We want to do the minimum damage to Laos, and that's going to be the first claw. Try and draw All for One and fail. Drat. Maybe we shouldn't have played that, because then we would have been guaranteed to draw All for One next turn. I did not consider that. We're already blocking for 6, so defending would be foolish. I guess since we're not drawing All for One at the correct time, we might as well try and draw a Steam Barrier and block out this turn. Okay. We might want to try and end this fight without attacking anymore, so that we can end with a pen nib setup for the next elite. Let's give that a shot. We can probably end pretty easily if Jawworm ever gets scary. And yeah, we got there. Cool. There's Creative AI. It's kind of a radically different direction for the deck. I am not sure how I feel about that. Talk about speculative picks. Creative AI is about as speculative as it gets. It's good sometimes. We don't have any of the make a power deck go relics like Mummified Hand or Birdface Urn. But skipping Creative AI seems kind of foolish because it's such a good card. It gets you Echo Forms and stuff. All for One decks and Claw decks implicitly have a lot of setup to do because you have to like play the Claw a million times before it actually pays off. And Creative AI decks also have a lot of setup to do. Yeah, orange pellets. So Creative AI gives us infinite fuel for orange pellets, basically. So we can just purge her debuffs over and over and over. Wow, if we were part Ironclad, my brain is stuck in combo mode because I did that for 2 weeks. But if we were an Ironclad, we would always pick Creative AI, and then we would try and find a flex because like we could get flex back with All for One, and we could like trigger flex every turn. And keep the strength. That would be insane. But we can't get flex because we're not playing Ironclad unless we find a prismatic shard, I guess. even then we probably wouldn't buy it because I have PTSD from losing a million combo runs. Yeah, Creative AI is good with orange palettes. It's weird to pick something really sort of speculative and then pick something else that's speculative just to like kind of go with it. Because it's like, okay, we can pick Creative AI and orange palettes. Like, that's fun. Now we can infinitely purge debuffs, but we have nothing that actually gives us debuffs. Like, we're just purging enemy debuffs, I guess. Which is something to do. And like, what if we don't get offered an energy relic? Then like, are we really playing Creative AI? Are we just picking a curse right now? I don't know. What I do know is I have a claw and an all for one and a dream. I want to know if Creative AI is part of that dream. Yeah, I mean, Creative AI can get Bioscog, that's true. But like, we don't even have a source of frost orbs. Like, we're going so far out on a limb to get this like infinite focus, but like, what we really want is just like cards that draw us claw and all for one so we can make this happen. And like a madness and a hologram, right? Like, that's what this deck actually wants, not Bioscog. But we have orange palettes, so like Bioscog is good. And like, we don't need to do only specifically one combo thing, right? Like, the way most Slay the Spire decks work is like, you know, you get some damage from some source and some block from another source, and sometimes you're intangible or something, and you kind of piece it together and you end up getting enough to face the challenges that are in front of you. You don't have to like craft your perfect minimalist deck and, you know, do 1,000 damage on turn one to win the game. And Creative AI is definitely like we're finding interesting ways to get out of problems sort of card. We just don't have much synergy with it yet. So it's very speculative. However, we have Claw and All for One, which is very strong. So we can support a little bit of speculative stuff. And this is speculative, but it doesn't take up a deck slot. So I think I'm willing to devote a deck slot to doing something a little hinky. I don't constantly try to craft perfect decks. That's offensive. How dare you? Yeah, let's go fight this guy. Okay. Well, unfortunately, Pendum is on 9, and we would like to draw 2 cards with FTL. We're giving up 10 damage. Or no, we're not giving up 10 damage. We're giving up 5 damage to FTL before All for One. Giving up 5 damage to draw a card seems okay. Maybe that wasn't worth it. Maybe I should have taken the 5 damage. We can Ball Lightning and Scrape. Scrape draws us Claw and Steam Barrier, maybe. It's really important that we draw Claw before we shuffle. Okay. So we did. We're doing 6 damage, 12 damage after next turn, so we only have to find 19 more damage, or we could dual cast right now. Actually, it's not. We don't have to find 19, we only have to find 16, because he's taking 3 damage return. I think we can find 16 damage, and I would rather just maximize my health total by not using a skill now. Alright, let's draw a card and hope it's Claw. It's not Claw. But that's still lethal. Great. Oh wait, it's not lethal. But this is, so, whatever. Okay, Regal Pillow. Glacier seems really good. Our first source of Frost Orbs. Just a really solid card. Helps us a lot against Hexaghost. We haven't found any really effective way to block Hexaghost yet, so Glacier is great. It also goes well with Orichalcum, so you can get the Frost Orb block and the Orichalcum block. We could rest almost up to full. We have enough health to fight Hexaghost right now, so this is kind of wasted, especially since we're on low Ascension, so our health at the end of the boss fight does not matter. And we could also upgrade a card. It would probably be Scrape, because it draws an extra card, or Steam Barrier. Steam Barrier feels a lot more playable when it's upgraded. Which is weird, because it only gets 2 block increase. But like, after you've played Steam Barrier twice, when it's unupgraded, it does 4 block, which is really, really piddly. But if you upgrade it after 4, it's still blocking for 6, which is more than a defend. Or after 2 plays. I am having a little bit of trouble finding something good to upgrade here. I guess Scrape, but Scrape's like not that good an upgrade. But it'd be really hard to justify resting, so I guess I'll do it. Okay, Hex Ghost. It's important to get those Frost Orbs up on turn 1, because he's got a big attack coming on turn 2. We've got a little surprise for him in the form of Thorns. This turn's probably Claw all for 1, Claw defend. So let's just do that. We did land Pen Nib on Claw there, the first proc of Claw, which is the lowest damage card in the deck. But we have to play Claw as much as we can. That's really important. So I'm not going to skip it just to get Pen Nib damage. And we'll get our maximum block here. Still taking some damage, but looks like we're in pretty good shape. We can FTL and then Scrape to shuffle with FTL in the shuffle. We do discard pass, most likely Creative AI, or wait, I guess these are equal likelihood. I'm not sure why I thought one was more likely. But it is Creative AI, so hey, there you go. We don't need to play Creative AI on the first shuffle. It's not super important. Ooh, we did lose all for 1 there. That is pretty bad. So let's try to draw back to it. Okay, we're already blocked out, so we can Ball Lightning Zap. Change our orb balance a little bit. We want to try and be aggressive. Hexaghost gives you a couple turns off before he turns the heat back on. This seems like a good way to spend those turns off. All right, the Pen Nib in this deck is not cooperating. We always want to play something really low damage. I guess we can put it on Claw now. Ooh. We did miss an FTL draw because we played Claw first. Maybe we should have upgraded the FTL. Hard to say. We're blocked out, so we can just do some damage. We are way ahead of Hexaghost here. We don't need to play anything this turn, so we could Creative AI, but I think I would like to keep the pressure on. Try and end the fight. Scrape shuffles. Also draws Steam Barrier. And Claw, apparently. We can proc Pen Nib this turn, and we can do so on Claw to win the fight. Okay. Hey, there's an Echo Form. That's one of the best cards in the game. I'm definitely not taking Buffer over it, or Reboot. Reboot does cost 0, so we can get it back with All for 1. But it's got to be Echo Form, especially with Claw. We get extra Claw procs. Yes, please. No Snecko Eye, which is insane with All for 1 and Creative Eye and Echo Form and Glacier. Pretty good Snecko Eye opportunity there, but didn't happen. I looked at my relic slots to see if I had blue key so that I could take cursed key, but we did not. We have green key, which confused me for a second. It's pretty unusual to finish Act 1 with green key, but it did happen. Mostly because we're on Ascension 2, so we can do whatever the hell we want. All for one decks tend to be pretty sensitive to card quality. Scrape helps a little bit, but adding curses to your deck is pretty bad. So I'm a little bit afraid of Curse Key, but I would also like that energy, please. Especially with Echo Form and Creative AI. I think we have to take an energy relic here. We do have 3 potions, so we could take Sacred Bark and do some cool stuff, although drawing 6 cards is like impressive, but not like run changing. Getting 2 skills is, you know, helps you block out on a turn, I guess. And getting 4 orb slots is like pretty meh. So Sacred Bark, like if these were all Ghosts and Chars, right, we'd take Sacred Bark because we have to. We have 6 intangibles stored up, but they're not, so I think we're taking either Ectoplasm or Curse Key. We don't have any specific money synergy cards, so we could take Ectoplasm. It does create sadness. We definitely don't need to get a Shop Relic because we already got the best one. Usually if you need to buy a Shop Relic, you're looking for either Orange Pellets or Clockwork Souvenir. And we already have Orange Pellets, so we are past that threshold. If we don't get money, we will be unable to buy cool stuff at the next shop, like more copies of All for One, but maybe that's not, maybe we don't care. It seems like we've bought all the really important stuff. We've got Echo Form, Creative AI, and All for One. We won't be able to remove cards, that's true. But like, our strikes are upgraded, we don't need to remove those. Just this one. We'll probably get a card removed from an event, be it falling or whatever. At some point we might want to remove that Ball Lightning. We need upgrades on these really badly. I think we're taking Curse Key. Curse Key is usually better than Ectoplasm. I don't see any reason why it's not here. We might end up skipping 1 chest, but I don't care. Alright, we have plenty of early shops, but we don't really need to go to them. Yeah. If we had tiny chests, maybe I would pick Ectoplasm over Cursed Key, but we didn't have tiny chests, so I didn't talk about it. We could go this left route and get a ton of elites. There's 4 elites available here. We're forced into the first one, and then not forced into any subsequent ones. And we get 3 question marks, and they're all Act 2 question marks, which makes them great. We could go right and do 3 hallway fights and then 2 question marks before we are forced into an elite, either with a fire before or a fire after. I'm only talking about the early question marks. There might be a later question mark. I guess we'd do this question mark maybe? I don't know. I'll worry about that one when we get there. I'm worried about these ones right now. Vampire robots are fun. We are at full health, so we have 2 upgraded strikes, and we've already removed 1 strike, so turning into a vampire is not amazing in this current situation. Plus we're very sensitive to deck quality. Ooh, there's a Hearthstone update happening. What does it mean? Ghosts similarly, because it adds a bunch of 1-cost skills to the deck, which is not what All for One is looking for. However, we have Echo Form, so turning into either a vampire or a ghost is great, because we'd be able to heal to full and block out forever, respectively. So I think we do go left. I think we've got enough health that we can probably at least take 1 elite, and then probably take more. So let's try it out. Turn 1 Claw seems good. We're already blocked for 6, so we won't play Steam Barrier. I guess I'll play Creative AI. There's nothing else to spend 3 energy on here. And then it's a dual cast versus Strike. Strike Plus is pretty good. We've got a free loop. We have not been cursed yet. So I'll take the opportunity to put a Frost Orb in front, just to make sure we can block. Also, we're probably going to be able to remove our debuff once we get it. This is kind of a difficult turn to remove our debuff in. In fact, we don't have a skill. We have 2 powers, one of which is Echo Form. I would like to play All for One, but I also can't imagine skipping Echo Form when I'm under no threat. So I guess I play Echo Form. And then shuffle. Hey, we got a claw. Neat. I guess I would have preferred to draw that claw next turn with Echo Form, but whatever. Okay, I guess I'll play double Bias Cog and then purge my debuffs. Gee, thanks. We're blocking for 30, so we don't need to play Steam Barrier. That was not creative AI. That was... oh, I guess it was creative AI. It was mostly... yeah, they worked together to really, really destroy this fight. Okay, we have Pen Nib set up, so great. Whew. That was a hell of a fight. Charge Battery is pretty good. We have a lot of attacks, not too many skills. Steam Barrier and Glacier are both a little bit tough to play. Steam Barrier because it blocks for the same amount as Orichalcum, and Glacier because it costs 2. So on those power turns, it can be hard to play a power, a skill, and an attack. We tend to have 0-cost attacks, and a 0-cost skill, I suppose. But yeah, Charge Battery makes the deck go quite a bit better. I'm going to pick the Charge Battery, and then we're going to start looking for some card draw, because we really need card draw to make the thing happen. Well, I guess we're turning into a ghost. On this Ascension, you get 5 copies of Apparition, which is crazy. I don't understand why that's allowed. The Ghost event is so good on High Ascension, I don't understand why it gets even better. 4 Apparition I could get. 5 seems like a lot. You just basically get to live forever. And we have Echo Form, so we can play them twice. Also, we have Echo Form and Creative AI, so we can use the Apparitions to block for us while we're playing the expensive powers. Yeah, being a ghost is great. Okay. Now we just have to not die for a little while. Echo Form is here to help. And I guess we'll take the damage and skip the card draw, because we don't have any energy to play it. Okay, we have Echo Form up, so we can double Apparition here. And just do some totally busted stuff. Oh look, another double Apparition. Another double Apparition, you say? What does it mean? We ended that fight with 4 Apparition. Okay. I think we take none of these. These are all... none of them do card draw, which I said I was just looking for. We already have a source of Frost Orbs. I guess Static Discharge helps us proc Orange Pellets, but we have infinite Orange Pellets fuel, so we're not too worried about that. And I don't want stack. I don't need to explain everything I do. I have 5 copies of Apparition. I don't need stack. Okay. A match and keep. I would love to avoid Mind Blast. This is card draw. Do I take a free Cool-Headed? Yeah, I think I do. I do not want Mind Blast. It's very unlikely that there are 2 copies of Mind Blast in this in this 12 card pick. So I am going to click this next card, but if it's Mind Blast, I'm so upset. Okay, great. I do not want another copy of Zap, so I'll guarantee that doesn't happen. Okay, Apparition does not do anything this turn. Let's try and find something that does do something. And fail. I think this is Swift Pop. We're due to draw another potion soon, and we have 2 extra energy, so... wow. Really a crappy turn. I guess we're dual casting just to do something. Oh, wow. I guess we picked the right target. Alright, All for One almost kills that front guy. And draws me back my claw. Claw. Apparition blocks out. Scrape can draw FTL. But is that something I want to do? Can also discard Echo Form and Creative AI. I don't think I'm super excited about playing Echo Form and Creative AI. I think I mostly just want to shuffle back to All for One and Claw. This deck needs a hologram. And a spoon. Okay, there's Echo Form. We can afford to play it, maybe? Let's FTL first and see what we draw. Maybe we need Glacier Defend instead of Echo Form. Glacier Defend certainly blocks out. Tough to skip Echo Form, though. But I think I will. It needs to happen, unfortunately. Okay, we can kill this cultist and draw a card. We're currently blocking for 12, so we're not taking too much damage. If we zap, though, we actually block for 1 less. Same with defend. So we're going to hold both of these. I hope we get lethal next turn. Apparition is kind of like getting lethal. I'll go ahead and Glacier just to rotate that lightning orb up to the front. It's not lethal. Oh, it is lethal. Okay. So we got Pen Nib set up too, which is nice. Got a shot at another FTL. Compile Driver is quite nice. I think we're taking the Compile Driver. We need the draw. We have 2 orb, and we get them pretty consistently, so Compile Driver should draw 2 cards. Okay, 40 health for Book of Stabbing. Well, Apparition's great this turn. Let's cool-headed first in case we draw FTL. There it is. Okay. We're already blocked out, so we'll just play the attacks. A little bit worried about this fight. We could lose it. Immediately draws 3 copies of Apparition. Did you say you were worried? If we draw a 4th Apparition, we're upset. Same for Echo Form, so I think I will not draw a card with FTL. Alright, we have to play every Apparition we see, but we should Compile Driver in case we are drawing one of the 3 mana powers. Oh, yeah, we're blocking out. Okay. There's Echo Form on a turn we've already blocked. We could scrape to shuffle. We don't have time for Creative AI next turn, because we're running out of Intangible. So I think I'll scrape to shuffle first. See if we get claw or anything. Whatever we got, it did not cost 1. It did not cost 0. Double claw is pretty good. Can we afford it? He's hitting for 24. Glacier blocks for 7 and takes away Orichalcum. And then we block for 6. That's 13. 13 plus 8. Plus another 13, I guess, is 26. So yeah, we can block out. So we'll double claw. And then hopefully draw all for 1 next turn. Hopefully... Oh wait, this is guaranteed? Yeah, we guaranteed draw for all for 1 now. Neat. Can't set up Pendant because the next attack kills him no matter what it is. Pantograph, I guess. I don't think we pick Rebound. It is appealing to get some amount of draw control. It lets us play Claw multiple times. We've got quite a few attacks. We've got Compile Driver and all the zero cost stuff. Scrape, all for 1. A couple of strike pluses. So I'm not super excited on adding just 12 damage common. Although it is quite a bit of damage. But it really only gets value out of recurring Claw. We can recur something and draw it with Cool-Headed or Compile Driver, which is neat. Static Discharge is way worse than Skip. We don't need that. Same thing with Capacitor. We're not really getting a ton of value out of the Orb slots. And if we are getting a ton of value out of the Orb slots, it probably means that we've had Creative AI ticking for a while. And if Creative AI has been ticking for a while, maybe we found our own Capacitor. I guess that one of the problems that Creative AI has sometimes is it generates lots of focus and no orb slots, so you don't get much value out of the orb slots. So I could see taking Capacitor. But this is a 26 card combo deck, so I think we're probably not trying to add too many more cards that aren't like necessary to make the combo work, or card draw. So I think we're skipping this. We have Regal Pillow, which heals us basically from 0 to full, but we don't need it because we're already at full. So we're probably smithing something. I could see Creative AI or Echo Form, but we have Apparitions, so we should probably be upgrading those. I've got a lot of work to do to upgrade all the Apparitions, though. You think Coolhead? It's an option. It is a really good upgrade. I think Apparitions are probably the best upgrades, and then I think Coolhead is probably on the same tier as Creative AI and Echo Form. Maybe Coolhead and Creative AI, because I don't think we're actually like skipping Echo Form, so the Echo Form upgrade probably doesn't do that much. Maybe after I upgrade a couple of Apparitions, I'll start doing Cool-Headed or Creative AI. Bmod, let me tell you a secret. You know, you can watch the stream and play the game at the same time. I don't know. I'm a big multitasker. I'm sure that it probably lowers my productivity at all the tasks, but I do it anyway because I enjoy the feeling of doing multiple things at the same time. So, yeah, I frequently will watch streams and play games. Although I usually am playing a different game than the streamer is playing, because it gets confusing if you're playing the same game as the streamer. So if I were you right now, I would probably be watching somebody stream Slay the Spire and playing XCOM Chimera Squad. That's what I'm currently in the middle of. Yeah, I think it's Apparition first. We need at least a couple of upgraded Apparitions, just so that we have some control over when we're a ghost. We're almost full health, and only getting better, so let's take another Elite. We have time for Creative AI this turn. It's not too bad. Yeah, Dark Souls is like super, super about the sound design too, right? You really need to be listening for those enemy attack sounds. I don't know what card you mean by dynamics. Yeah, I can't remember the dynamics card. Electrodynamics, yes, that's true. I'm definitely playing Creative AI this turn. I think we're playing Cool-Headed first, and then if Cool-Headed draws Echo Form, we'll play Echo Form over Creative AI. I think that's the only situation where we don't play it. Okay. Well, luckily it's the upgraded apparition, so we don't have to spend it. We block for 8, so we're not taking a ton of damage here. Orichalcum has done so much work in this run. Okay, so we need to draw some cards so that we don't die. We generated a capacitor, as predicted. So we need to draw specifically an intangible, or an apparition. Are we targeting Shield Gremlin, Sneaky Gremlin, or Gremlin Leader? I think we'll just do... We'll do Sneaky Gremlin. We have a chance of executing him. Not a high chance, but it could happen. Okay, we did not draw it, which means we need to kill Sneaky Gremlin and then block for 27. Or thereabouts. We're definitely using the skill potion here, so let's see what's in there. Reprogram is not something we want. Probably the stack. Actually, this gets us 2 energy. What do we do with 2 energy? Nothing useful. It's probably the stack. And then our max block is Charge Battery, Double Defend, Stack, which blocks for 7, 15, 20, 29. So he's hitting for 27, 29 plus 2, I suppose. 31. That's true, we can heal the missing focus. That is something I did not consider. Sometimes I go past 11. Oh, 11 p.m. Are you in a weird time zone, or do you go to work super late? I say weird time zone. I can't believe I said that. That's such a... I see. Yeah, what a weird time zone they have in Germany. That just blows my mind. I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Okay, so we can block for 31. They're attacking for 27, 40. So we take 9. Which is kind of like no if we're in Germany. So if we're taking no damage, that's great. Trains linguistic puns. Everyone loves them. I've been trying to appeal to a broader audience, so I'm trying to increase my pun game. Okay, so other ways we could block is we could strike plus strike this Sneaky Gremlin. That blocks for 13. 13 is the same amount these block for. And it costs the same amount of energy, so I guess we do that. So it does 15 damage. Yeah, it blocks out. Okay. So let's do that, and then we have to choose either Defend Plus or Charge Battery. So we're blocking for 7 either way, and then we're either getting 1 extra block or 1 extra energy next turn. Given that we might draw Echo Form all for 1 next turn, I think 1 extra energy is pretty valuable. I'm willing to take 1 damage to get it. Okay, we have another apparition on a turn nobody's attacking, which is sad. We're probably trying to kill this Shield Gremlin. If we FTL and draw all for 1, then we're probably skipping Buffer, otherwise we're probably playing Buffer. Okay. Oh my god. Well, I guess we can stack up apparitions for next turn. That's gross. We lost so many apparitions. Yeah, we have Echo Form, So stacking up apparitions is going to allow us to stack up more apparitions. Is having a stack of apparition better or worse than having buffer? I guess it's worse. We could get to Echo Form buffer later though, which is kind of its own thing. So yeah, we'll play both apparitions so we keep the buffer in the deck, because if we play the buffer, we don't get to keep the apparitions. And playing both apparitions is kind of like playing buffer. Gives us one turn of not taking damage. Plus the ever-important purging of the debuffs. Alright, there's the all for one. Probably want to play double apparition over double all for one. I don't see the value of double all for one. So let's do that first. And then we can kill the shield gremlin. I guess that's worth doing. Actually, all for one kills the sneaky gremlin, so we can have straight kill the shield gremlin and then all for one him. And we have 10 damage left. Might as well kill the last shield gremlin instead of dumping most of it into gremlin leader's armor. There's the prophesized electrodynamics that Sir Artemal was talking about. Probably want to continue playing double apparitions. So it's probably double apparition storm electrodynamics. Get an extra lightning orb. I'm a little bit afraid of drawing a card with cool-headed, because if it's the last apparition, then we draw it at a bad time. Double defrag is great. So I'll grab that. And then compiled armor. If it draws apparition, okay, that's too bad. Double claw gets the damage up. I believe it works that way. Yeah, it increases the damage of all claws, so it doesn't even matter if it's the same one. But even if it was the same one, I know from playing Rampage twice that it would increase it. We're clearly doing that and that. I guess we'll just play Capacitor Zap and end the fight that way. Because we have Pen Nib Charge now. Okay, Vajra's great in this little configuration. Is it too late for Genetic Algorithm? We have an Echo Form in the deck, so we can proc it really fast. I think I will take Genetic Algorithm just because of the dream. If we go here, we commit to an elite right now. Whereas if we go here, we can rest before the elite. I think we're probably not fighting both of these elites. We lost a little bit of health. I mean, fusion is cool. I don't know. I think genetic algorithm is way better long term though. But we already have 4 energy, so we're not like super hungry for more energy. Resting is tricky with this deck because we're a ghost with Regal Pillow. So we basically want to be at like 10 health or less when we rest. And currently we're at 28, which is not 10 health or less. I guess we can do the elite fight. We have a regen pot, which is pretty effective. We definitely could die at any elite fight though, which is scary. Especially since like this first one was Book of Stabbing, so we were guaranteed to not get Book of Stabbing again, but now we can get Book of Stabbing again. Now it's either Book of Stabbing or Slavers. Yeah, so I love Genetic Algorithm. Genetic Algorithm is great. There's a temptation to want to make a Slay the Spire deck that's like, that can just go for forever, right? A Slay the Spire deck that's like, no matter how long the fight goes, like, I have Bias Cog and 10 orb slots and they're all full of Frost Orbs, so I block for 1,000,000, right? And that is an important thing that a Slay the Spire deck needs to be able to do to kill the heart, right? That's your sort of scaling range of turns. But I think even more important than the scaling range of turns is the sort of front-loaded range of turns, where it's like turn 1 and turn 2 when you're like playing your powers, because those front-loaded turns, they happen in every fight. Every fight has a turn 1, so that's like including hallway fights. And like hallway fights, you don't need to block for 100 to win. You know, you just need to block for enough that they're not hitting you and then kill them. And Genetic Algorithm is great at that. Genetic Algorithm is just one card, one energy, and then you can get on with, you know, playing Claw all for one Claw, you know, with the rest of your turn. So yeah, Genetic Algorithm is sort of a top-tier defect card, especially if you can get it in Act 1. I pretty much will always pick a Genetic Algorithm before floor like 10, and then like between 10 and 20, it kind of depends on the deck, and I usually won't pick them after floor 20. I did here because we have Echo Form, so we can proc it twice a fight, and try and get it back up to speed. I think we're pretty comfortable taking this Elite. We need to spend this regen pot on something. This is a big chest, so we're going to open it. We have to open at least one chest in the run. Might as well be now. Parasite's not too bad. Frozen Egg is really nice, but I don't think we're going to be adding too many more powers to the deck. We've already got like some really expensive powers that we need to get set up. And it's a little bit late for an egg, considering we have 28 cards in the deck. So I think we're going to take the key, so we don't have to take another curse later. Alright, it is Book of Stabbing. Okay, so we can block up this turn with Apparition and develop Creative AI. Seems good. Parasite didn't cost us too much that time. No Echo Form yet, so we can't double Apparition or double Claw. But we can single Claw. We're wasting Pen Nib on a Baby Claw, which is the worst target for it, but we have to do it to get the claws stacked up, so be it. Not planning on receiving too much unblocked attack damage, but I guess I might as well be prepared for when I do. I would gladly take 3 this turn if I could to develop 3 Lightning Orbs, but I can't. It's not how the card works. Let's compile Driver to see if we draw Echo Form. Okay. And then we have to play these Apparitions or else they go away. And now we're blocked out, so let's play Ball Lightning. I'm a little bit late on this, but I think I'm going to drink the Regen Potion now. So we do heal for 5 and then 4, so that's 9. Puts us up to 37. And then we try to heal for 3 more, go to 40. So we're missing potentially 2 health if we block out the entire fight. But maybe we don't block out the entire fight. We might need to be nearer to full. Here's Echo Form. We can't afford Echo Form all for one, which is unfortunate. Oh, this is a generated Echo Form. We have the other Echo Form coming up. It's interesting. I think I will play this Echo Form, though. And I think I'll strike over Cool-Headed. We don't want to draw the other Echo Form. Okay, we have Echo Form up. We can Echo Form the Echo Form, and in fact we're very likely to do so, because I think the first thing we're doing this turn is double Charge Battery, because it's the most block, and that gives us 5 energy for next turn when Echo Form is here. That doesn't mean we have to skip Scrape this turn, but there was a good chance we were doing that anyway. So then the turn is double charge battery, genetic algorithm, zap strike. I would, as much as I would like to double genetic algorithm here, this only blocks for 3 if you play it twice, whereas this blocks for 14. And I don't think I'm willing to sacrifice 11 life to proc genetic algorithm 1 extra time, as well as 1 energy next turn. we get a natural echo form and a generated echo form. He is trying to basically kill us. He's trying to do 30 damage. If we echo form first, then the next 2 cards we play do get echo formed. And we've only played 3 cards of the turn, so we'd only draw 1 card with FTL rather than drawing 2. But we would get to dual cast both FTL and Claw. And if we happen to draw an apparition with the FTL, oh no, we wouldn't get to dual cast it. Oh no, we would. We'd get to dual cast it, yeah, but it would be the 6th card we've played. Okay, so the way this works is we have 3 stacks of Echo Form now, and we've played 2 cards in the turn. So the reason that Echo Form usually doesn't work this way is because usually Echo Form is the first card you've played, and so the next card you play is the 2nd card per turn, but so Echo Form has already worn off, but now we've got 3 and we've played 1 card, so the next 2 cards we play get copied. Okay, we did not draw Intangible. So we can duplicate Claw, which does 6 plus 8 damage, which is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21, plus 16 is lethal. So I'll take it. Oh. Is this lethal without? It is not. So we have to waste the pen nib a little bit, but that's okay. Because we got lethal on Book of Stabbing, and he's scary. Equilibrium. We can't retain Echo Forms. We can't retain Apparitions. We already have some big block cards with the Apparitions and the Genetic Algorithm. So I don't think we need Equilibrium. We already have a copy of Charge Battery. I think I'm happy with 1. I don't really want 2. If it was upgraded, I'd probably take it. 10 block. And we already talked about Rebound in the context of a Rebound Plus a couple floors ago. So we're going to skip these. Alright, no attacks on turn 1. We could play both Apparitions to get to block for essentially 19 next turn, because they're attacking for 10 and 11, I believe. Let's FTL first, see if we draw anything interesting. Not particularly. Okay, might as well play them both. Do we dual cast or skip dual cast? I think we dual cast. It's pretty important that we kill this entry quickly. There's no reason to play this. Oh, I didn't realize Sentries only shuffle 2 dazes on this difficulty. Let's continue stacking Apparition, because he's attacking for 22 next turn, and that's scary. Do we draw a card? Because if it's Echo Form, we're sad. But if we don't do it, then we're not drawing a card. Alright, Creative AI makes us a little bit less sad, but still a little sad. And we don't need to block, we're already blocked out. Alright, there's the Echo Form. So let's play that and Apparition. Keep that going. Probably need to play double Apparition. So let's do that. We're hoping to play double Genetic Algorithm in this fight for sure. So we kind of don't want to draw cards right now. We're definitely doing this. Yeah, I think we're not drawing cards right now. So we're going to skip Compile Driver. Lame. If we scrape, we shuffle, but we also go past Genetic Algorithm. I think we'd be pretty likely to kill Spirit Guardian before the next time it comes around. So I think we're just going to double proc Zap here. Get an energy for next turn. Alright, so now we can double Genetic Algorithm, like we always wanted to. And then I guess draw cards. We just lost all for one. I saw it flash by. Should be okay. We've got pretty good rate of damage here. Let's double FTL, draw a bunch of cards, and hopefully get some damage. This is lethal. Hey, Liquid Memories wants to come into the deck. Do we pick Amplify? We have Creative AI and Echo Form, which are really good targets for it. Also, Creative AI gives us reliably a target, which is definitely the worst part about Amplify, is it never exhausts, so it stays in your deck and you're just like, I have no target for this Amplify after the first shuffle. But Creative AI sort of solves that problem. But the main target we want is Echo Form, because Echo Form is even better if you double it. I don't think we want Barrage or Aggregate. Yes, yes, everything is better if you double it. But, like, yeah. Usually the reason Amplify is bad is because you run out of powers. Also, it doesn't do anything by itself, so, like, you are kind of putting a curse into the deck. I think we'll try it. We're definitely going to get rid of a potion of capacity for Liquid Memories. Liquid Memories is insane. It is worth noting that Liquid Memories cannot hit Echo Form, because Echo Form exhausts if you don't play it, so it's never in the discard. Well, we just fought Book of Stabbing, so the next Elite can't be him again, so I think we go for another one. And it's Slavers, we got them all. Right, pretty lucky to get a turn 1 Apparition, happy about that. Might as well get in a Zap and a Strike. I don't think we need to do any of these other ones. The Lightning Orbs think the Blue Slaver should be the target. That's an interesting perspective, Lightning Orbs. Getting an early Entangle here. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do about it. I think max damage is Claw, Strike, Ball Lightning, Liquid Memories, Ball Lightning, which does 4, 14, 22, plus another 8's 30, plus we're evoking 1, so 38 plus 9. So it is definitely lethal, but it requires 6 damage from orbs, so that's either the one we evoke or 2 of the other ones. The one we evoke has a 1 in 3 chance, and 2/3 of the other ones is very unlikely. It's sort of complicated to work out the combinations here, but there are what 8 combinations, or 8 of the total permutation set kills Red Slaver, and the total size of the permutation set is 27. So 8/27. It's pretty unlikely. Not super unlikely, but it's wouldn't like to count on it. But we do have that or the 1/3, so it's almost 50-50. The Red Slaver dies to that line, but then we're spending Liquid Memories on a 50-50 line, so it doesn't seem right. Maybe we push into capacity here so that we can. Oh no, that only matters if we Liquid Memories the Ball Lightning. We're not proccing Pen Nib because we used it in the last fight. So I think we're just going to get netted. This deck is pretty okay with getting netted. We don't have to play attacks. The only attack that's a bummer if we draw it is All for One or Claw. And Claw's right here. We can also... Oh no, you can't ever purge net, huh? Because you have to play an attack. So we can't purge that debuff. We're also taking 20, and only blocking for 8. So we're taking 12 damage, which is a pretty big deal if you're Ghost. Not too much we can do about that. We could go get the Defend Plus. I guess we have a Weak Potion. We should probably use the Weak Potion, huh? Okay, so that blocks for 4, and more later. And then we put everything else into the Red Slaver, I believe. Even though we're already getting netted. There isn't miraculously a 14 damage attack in here, so I think we just say go. Alright, Echo Form Apparition is about as good as you can hope for while you're netted. I like it. Alright, we're dual casting something, probably Apparition. Let's go ahead and just do that. Why is FTL doing 6? I guess it just naturally does 6 now, huh? Nothing to Amplify, which is the biggest problem with Amplify. I think we'll save Genetic Algorithm for dual casting later, so we'll dual cast Glacier now. We'd get more damage if we Glacier dual cast, but I'd like to keep the orb slots full. Let's dual cast the one that's going to exhaust, and then play Creative AI. Alright, we just shuffled, so there's not really anything for All for One to go get. We can dual cast a Strike Plus. It's a little bit scary. I don't want to end the fight before I dual cast the Genetic Algorithm. So we're taking that risk a little bit here by killing Taskmaster, but I also don't want to get more wounds. If we could develop a Frost Orb right now, we should. Maybe it was correct to Glacier and then dual cast, just because it gets rid of the Lightning Orb. I was not really anticipating being in this situation. Does playing another Creative AI give me anything? Yeah, it does actually. It gives me whatchamacallit, drawing cards at the beginning of the turn, or more Echo Forms. Alright, so we basically have to kill him. He's gonna die at the end of this turn, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we're not even gonna play Genetic Algorithm once in this fight, it turns out. And there's no way we can draw. Yeah. Darn, I guess we should have just played it last time we saw it. Play Ball Lightning to cut it set pendant. Okay, Toy Ornithopter is great when you're a Ghost, because 5 is a much larger portion of your max HP than it normally is. We could pick Chaos to proc Compile Driver. We don't super need that. Go for the Eyes comes back with All for One, as does Turbo. Go for the Eyes blocks a little bit and applies debuffs. I don't think there's any reason we particularly needed to apply debuffs. Do we need energy? Seems like sometimes we do. The more card draw we get, the more we feel that pressure, but then also just like having Creative AI means you always have energy pressure. So I think I'm going to go ahead and book a Turbo. Is this an easy pool fight? No, we're done with easy pool. Okay. It seems like it's an easy pool fight. I'm not sure why this fight is so easy. in before I lose the run to this fight. Yeah, Turbo makes All for One kind of free. Do we play Genetic Algorithm now? I'm afraid of not playing it now. Yeah, this fight I don't want to have to extend because Chosen sort of does unlimited shenanigans. Also, Unlimited Shenanigans is my band name. I called it. Nobody can take it. Probably Echoform Apparition. Seems like a great turn. We would like to purge debuffs at some point since we just got a huge debuff. Let's go ahead and kill this cultist. And then I guess Glacier. That's an unusual Echoform interaction, so I just want to call it out. Because the attack fizzled, Echoform was like, well, I'll try again on the next card. Not sure why it does that, but it does. Yeah, Amplify would be so much better if it carried over. Oh my god. Nice. I guess I'd rather double All for One than double strike. So it's one more damage. But you do play a card. I don't understand why it does that, but if you say you do, that's great. We can't play multiple attacks because we do too much damage. We'll have to be satisfied with 8. Overclock seems great. We kind of are going to need Medical Kit because we've picked Overclock and Turbo. We're damaging our circuits, but Overclock seems really good. We don't want to turn into a Vampire Ghost because that's just too low of health. Is there any question marks we do want? We could get thwacked and try and get another relic. We could run into the Red Bandit gang. Or Red Mask Bandits. But the thing that triggers Echoform is you playing the first card. I don't understand why. Because I did play the first card, right? So I played the card, and then it tried to copy it. And because it couldn't play the copy, because it failed, it plays it on the next card. But that next card doesn't, like, magically become the first card I played the turn. It's the second card. Like, it took the energy from the first card. It's not like the card didn't play. I think it's a bug. But you know, it's a gameplay feature. There's a fine line there sometimes, and it is the way the game works mechanically. So I will exploit it if it's advantageous to do so. But I would personally consider it a bug. I cannot imagine what question mark I really want. Thwack is like theoretically good, but also scary. I guess it's not really any more scary than a hallway fight. And it has much bigger rewards, so I'll go for the question mark. Ancient Writings. We don't have any 2-cost attacks, which is usually the primary thing I'm considering, because the other ones are just always good. In this particular situation, we're probably going to rest here no matter what, and when we rest, we get Regal Pillow, which heals us like half of our health by itself. Oh, we do have All for One, that's true. So we do actually get a value out of it. But I think the primary reason for reading it is just because the one that gives you a 0-cost power at the beginning of the fight. That one can be really good. Oh, do we have Pantograph too? Yeah, I totally forgot about Pantograph. Okay, I was planning on just resting at this rest site, but we maybe don't even need to. So if we read the book, we take 16 damage, go to 10, then we would Pantograph up to 35. Yeah, so we can read the book and take an upgrade here, which is kind of insane. Oh, you only take... No, you do take 16. Nerly's Codex. Thanks for the follow, Guitarl Herm. Appreciate it. Good afternoon to you as well. It's technically morning for me, but, you know, I understand time zones and stuff. Yeah, we take upgrade on an apparition, I think. Overclock's got a pretty good upgrade too. We're still sort of early in genetic algorithms life cycle. Hey, calm down, cat. What's going on? My wife is outside and the cat's like, she's a danger. Anything could happen out there. So she's gonna go protect her. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna take an apparition upgrade. And then go into the Act 2 boss with 450 gold for some reason. Let's FTL first. If we draw Echo Form, we probably skip All for One, which is sad, but we didn't, so whatever. I guess we'll Compile Driver as well. If we draw Echo Form, we're skipping All for One. Is Creative Eye good enough for us to skip All for One? I think no. We'll get to Creative Eye when we get to it. Echo Form is really the one that makes the deck work. We need to get an extra claw. I should have drank the Strength Potion at the beginning of the fight, obviously. But, we only missed 4 damage, so it's not a big deal. We could Liquid Memories back the All for One and then play it again. And get another Claw proc. I think maybe we want to Liquid Memories back Creative AI later. We also have to respect Toy Ornithopter, so we only want to drink a potion if it's going to heal us. Most of the time. I'll take a Heat Sinks, sure. Let's Overclock and look for Echo Form. Find it. We can Scrape, but we can discard Echo Form with that. And that's scary. We don't really need Apparition this turn. We can just defend Genetic Algorithm. Actually, we can defend Charge Battery and preserve both the card Genetic Algorithm and the possibility of Echo Forming it. So I think I will do that. I think I'll just play the Scrape. It's not a huge deal if the Echo Form gets discarded. We can just Liquid Memories it back. Yeah, it looks like that did happen. Okay. Well, I guess that's Liquid Memories. Do we want to play it this turn, or do we want to wait for a draw? We could draw Amplify with it next turn. But if we draw an Apparition, we're going to want to Echo Form the Apparition. We only got that if we do it right now. We do waste some healing, but I think it's worth it. I'll skip Dual Cast. Well, maybe it helps me kill that Torch Head. Oh, okay. It hates that Torch Head. Fission's kind of interesting. We could get, like, Fission with Echo Formed Glacier or something. Okay. Alright, clearly playing double Apparition. That was the whole point of the Liquid Memories play. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed. There's nothing we can draw that's a disaster. Worst draw is another Apparition. I like the Frost Orb, so I'm going to keep it. We'll let Fission cycle around, and we're going to punch the back Torch Head. Torch heads are kind of like the parasite rats in that you want to be a little bit careful when you kill them. Because when he's summoning, he'll only summon one torch head if there's only one torch head spot. I think we would like to draw back to creative AI, so I'll take a scrape. Alright, so we're going to double play this apparition, because this one stays. And then we'll scrape and kill this little torch head. Oh, really? Yeah. I guess I'll risk killing this torch head too. Having them both dead reduces the damage, so it's not a big deal. Meteor Strike? Can we afford that? Yeah, what are they called? Parasites or something? Parasitic rat? Fungi. Meteor Strike has great meme potential. We're drawing it with Turbo next turn, so let's do it. This fight just took a weird turn. Thanks, nearly. I guess we fission first. We can amplify heat sinks. I guess I'll turbo to amplify heat sinks. Sure, why not? Well, I'm gonna keep genetic algorithm around. Another shot at Meteor Strike, but we're not guaranteed to get it with anything spicy. Oh wait, we are. We have plasma. So as long as we don't use up all of our plasma, we can dual cast a Meteor Strike pretty soon. Probably want to keep the intangibles rolling. We don't need to block specifically this turn because he's resummoning, but might as well play it because we already have 2. So we'd go up to 4. We can dual cast Storm and start getting some damage. I think we just skip. This draws 2 cards as well. Alright, here's our dual Meteor Strike. I have literally no idea what's going to happen this turn. This turn's going to get crazy. Let's go ahead and kill a Torch Head. Unless we're killing the Collector. Maybe we are killing the Collector. What am I wrong about? See, I thought it came from Gremlin Knob too. No, I think double Meteor Strike seems pretty good. I mean, I do draw more cards if I double FTL. But we only have 1 Echo Form up. And doing 27 extra damage seems good. Okay, we have 15 energy for some reason. I guess we'll zap so that Compile Driver draws 2 cards. The great debate, is it Gremlin Knob or Gremlin Leader? I don't know. I feel like it could be either one. Maybe that's the real lesson of Slay the Spire. Horns can come from anyone. I really want to get that claw, so let's overclock for it. Hey, we found it. Okay, so now we can all for 1. And get lethal? No, not quite. But maybe if we draw into it. No. I guess we haven't blocked this turn. No, we don't need to block. We've got Orichalcum. I guess we're just passing with 12 energy. Okay. Bioscog probably wins the fight. Double Bioscog? Sure. We get to play Genetic Algorithm before the fight ends. Seems good. I guess I'll play Storm. I'd rather leave... let's see. If we... all for one, we can leave Pendum on 5. I guess we could have just not ended the fight that turn, too. That was an option. So we have 550 gold. We don't need Core Surge because we have Orange Pellets, although it does still do 11 damage. It's not really why we put the card in the deck, though. Electrodynamics is okay. If we had, like, Mummified Hand, we'd pick Electrodynamics, I think. I think we just skip here. Another Amplify is probably the best pick here. I think it's probably the best card. But I think Skip has probably got an edge over it. We have Snecko Eye available. Core Surge is okay. I don't mind it. We have Orange Pellets, so it's just basically a 1 mana deal 11 damage attack. And we have a 31 card deck, so I'm trying not to add too many more cards to it. We definitely take Snecko Eye, right? We could take Snecko Eye, purge the debuffs. Even if we don't purge the debuffs, it can decost Echo Form and stuff. Gonna end up doing all for one. We have to be very careful about when we purge the debuffs, though, because sometimes we're gonna not want to. We don't have a meteor in the deck. We can get them with Nirali's Codex, clearly, but that was a randomly generated meteor. In fact, 2 randomly generated meteors. Do we ever take Frozen Core? I don't hate Frozen Core. Helps us live the 10 orb slots with Frost Orbs, blocking for a Million Dream. Yeah, we don't really need it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Snecko Eye here. Snecko Eye is crazy with all for one. And we have Orange Pellets, and we have some card draw. Like, Snecko Eye is just incredible here. Okay, also, we have... Oh no, we don't have it. I thought we had Necronomicon for a second, but... We got Nirali's Codex instead. Donu Deka is our chosen opponent. We have 550 gold, so we should probably go to a shop. I'm thinking. There's a shop here, and no other early shops. There's 2 shops here, which is awkward, but those are the only other shops in the act. So we're definitely going here. So we're definitely starting there. We don't have to worry about Mega Elite, because we did it in Act 1. The boss. Creative Eye only costs 2, that's neat. Scrape Plus is insane with Snecko Eye. I am very happy about that combo. Happening to me right now. Let's scrape first and see if we draw anything cost 0. Nope. If we dual cast and they both hit the front guy, we can't kill him. I guess we could with Fire Potion. We could kill the middle guy too. Oh wait, no we can't. Yeah, actually we couldn't have killed this guy even with... Oh no, we could. We could have killed him, but not him. So maybe we should have done dual cast before scrape. So we could have targeted the damage better. Okay, we're gonna purge confusion there. I'll skip these. taking quite a bit of damage. But now we have Apparition available. Let's FTL first. Okay. And defrag's great, so we'll play that. Purging the non-existent debuffs. I'll go ahead and draw a card. If I draw anything other than... wait, what happened to my Echo Form? Did I already play Echo Form? Oh, we discarded it with Scrape. I didn't realize. Okay, so we can't even draw Echo Form. So Compile Driver is just drawing for free. Okay, and we won't turbo out that strike. Although we could kill this outside guy. But that opportunity will probably be here next turn as well. Glacier seems good. Alright, we got a generated Echo Form. So we can Echo Form Apparition and Claw. We can actually fit in All for One too, because All for One is getting back Turbo. So it's kind of free. All for One naturally does 10 damage, so if I don't do it with Pen Nib, we'll do 11 here because I have Strength. So I could Claw the front guy and then All for One somebody else, and then Claw the front guy again. Once again, wasting Pen Nib on the unupgraded Claw. No, I think I'll just... Oh wait, I want to play Claw before All for One, that's the problem. What is All for One getting exactly? He's getting a Dual Cast, FTL, and Turbo. So I need to have 3 hand slots when I play it. 3, 6, 8, so I could do that. Oh wait, it's getting Claw too, but Claw doesn't count because the Claw is in the hand right now. So we can play All for One safely. If we're killing both of these, we could play Amplify Echo Form, but I think we have to play Apparition Echo Form instead. I guess we can draw a card and see what it is. That's useless. Heat seems good with Echo Form. And Double Blast Cog should enable us to win the fight. There's the power, there's the skill, and there's the attack. Okay. And we'll save some energy for next turn, I suppose. Do another Glacier around. I guess I'll play a double play Echo Form, sure, why not? I guess we need to block here, so we'll play Glacier twice. We've now channeled a bunch of Frost Orbs, so we can pick a Blizzard. I'm pretty sure this is lethal. No, it's not. It kills that guy. I guess we don't care about damage because we have 33 block every turn. Could have set up Pen Nib better. Didn't realize that was happening that way. I think none of these. Force Field is pretty good if you get the cost randomized, or if you play a bunch of powers, which the deck can do either of those things. Actually, 0 cost Force Field coming back with All for One's pretty possible. So I'll grab that. This is a pretty dangerous fight. We are at 28, but Rare Relics are really good too. We could get Lee's Waffle at the store and get to heal up. This seems like a risk that we don't need to take. I would hate to lose the run here. So I think we're just gonna leave. Walk right on by. There's a bottle tornado. We could put Echo Form in a bottle. That seems good. Artivore gives us some extra energy. We could buy a self-repair and then double heal with it. So we could do like, let's see, can we afford self-repair, liquid memories, Artivore? We can. Costs 307. Wait, maybe it costs 317? Shit, I fucked this up. No, yeah, it costs 307. Okay. Are we still? Do we still want a flex? I think we don't, even though we have the orange pellets. We just have other ways of winning now. I think it's Artivore, self-repair, or liquid memories, unless there's like a card we really want to remove. Oh wait, we have a curse. I'm not super excited to remove that curse though. Being at 41 HP is not super comfortable. Being at 38 is worse. We could buy another scrape. I think we want this and that. I don't think we want scrape. I don't think Gillette's commercials are designed to be understood. They're mostly designed to hit you right in the emotions. You're like, oh man, look at how good I would look if I brushed my teeth. That guy looks great. Okay, so let's play Echo Form. And then like Force Field, or Self-Repair Force Field, I guess. We could try and cycle around to double play Self-Repair, but I don't think we really need to. Defrag seems good. Did we not purge our debuffs? We did not. We're still confused. We can dual class Glacier and then go get it with All for One, which is kind of insane. But our Claw costs 2. Well, we don't really need Claw for this fight, so that's probably okay. Maybe we want to dual cast All for One. Do 22 damage to this guy. We need to kill him pretty quickly. We can this turn with All for One and then Claw. This is the most awkward turn I've ever taken. I guess we have to play that. Oh wait, there's no point in playing that. Darn, we can play lots of cards that don't do anything. I'll do a cust heat sinks, sure. Seems like a good turn for Creative AI. And we can't play anything else. I guess we could play both apparitions, but I won't. Seems wrong. Electrodynamics helps us end the fight, so let's pick that. We do block out if we Electrodynamics. So let's double Electrodynamics and then defrag. Your move shapes. Alright, hoping to draw a genetic algorithm before the fight ends. Still in there. So we're doing 12 AoE, so only Spiker is surviving. So let's double play charge battery, just in case somehow genetic algorithm costs 10. We don't want any of these because they reduce the chance of drawing genetic algorithm. We got it. Alright. I guess I should use an attack so that I end the pen nib slightly better. Okay, none of these help us do the thing. We played that last whole fight confused. Echo Form is certainly happening. And then Apparition needs to happen, so it's Echo Form Turbo Apparition. I guess we could scrape and draw some zero cost stuff. I don't see any reason not to. It wears off Confusion. I'll take Electrodynamics. Okay, dual cast Apparition seems great. And then let's draw some cards. None of those are Electrodynamics, but we can set up a zap for it. And strike whoever has the most health. I want to keep the Lightning Orb for Electrodynamics. Sure, keep it. Whatever. Here's Electrodynamics. I think it's more important I dual cast Genetic Algorithm though. So let's do that. And then get that up. And I guess play Apparition over Defrag. Next turn we're probably playing dual casting either Self-Repair or Glacier. Yeah, it seems like we might need the Intangible Charge. Nope, none of those. Dual cast Self-Repair puts us to full health, pretty much guaranteed at the end of the fight. Actually, dual cast Apparition Self-Repair is probably even more likely to get us to full health at the end of the fight. Because just healing for 7 puts us to full. So might as well be intangible for an extra round. And let's try and set up Pen Nib. He's doing 9, then 18. He's blocking, so is he. And they're at the same, or he's at more effective health, he's at 18. So I guess we'll hit him. None of these help me kill this guy next turn. I guess we just wait, huh? Doesn't matter what we do, because we're intangible. So, yeah. Chill Plus is probably bad. I guess its cost randomized, so we probably don't want to, that. FTL draws us some cards. It's good if the cost doesn't get randomized. It comes back with all for one, but we can't guarantee that. And Cold Snap, we don't need Frost Orbs that badly. So we'll skip them. Do we have enough money to go to these two shops? I think probably not. We could go to this fight and then this fight, maybe. If we go here, we're forced into another elite fight, although we can't take a fire first. We could take a 4 elite path up the middle. Seems sort of unnecessary. What does this deck need to kill the heart? Are we already there? Echo Form turn 1 is really nice. We just need upgrades. We need to upgrade these apparitions. Do we need that? We need a bottled apparition. Yeah, if we like had the red key and we got the go straight to the boss event, I would take it right now because I think we're already there. Every fight is just a chance for Snecko Eye to kill us randomly. So I think taking the 2 shop route, while it's not very exciting, is also like guaranteed to not kill us for those 3 fights. So I think we'll go for it, even though we have to fight 2 elites to get there. I mean, elites are still good for us, right? We get relics. We just don't really need them. Okay, Echo Form, being kind of a jerk, costing 3. You know, you could cost anything Echo Form. You don't have to cost 3. I don't think we want to add any of these cards. I guess I'll add another Echo Form. Why not? Our costs are still randomized, so it might be a free Echo Form. We can dual cast a genetic algorithm right now. Which seems worth doing. I think I'm just going to play Steam Barrier to get an extra slow charge. Is multicast a thing? If we get Meteor, we can play multicast, but we don't have a Meteor in the deck, so probably shouldn't do that. I think Loop is probably better. We can draw 2 cards with FTL. We can also draw 2 cards with Compile Driver, and Compile Driver is 1 cheaper and does more damage. We probably want to play Creative AI, so it's like one of these, Creative AI and Charge Battery. I guess that means that we're playing Compile Driver first. Actually, maybe we should play Charge Battery first, to make sure we're blocking out. Seems fine. Okay, we're finally not confused anymore, so these cards will all have their original costs. Mint condition still in the package. Play White Noise. Buffer is pretty huge in this fight. We are so slow. We're not getting there with any sort of reasonable speed. He's attacking next turn. He's like still almost full health. We went only 40 damage to him. So we probably want to play Heat Sinks and Apparition. So getting double Apparitions starts to matter next turn. I guess we have a guaranteed Apparition for next turn, so we don't really need to play that. So let's play double Loop then, and double White Noise. Oh wow, okay. I don't want to draw cards, so I'm going to play Heat Sinks last, because currently we have a guaranteed Apparition next turn. This is insane that I'm putting 9 slow charges on him and then not attacking at all. No, I want to keep the guaranteed Apparition. Okay, so we're dual casting the first 3 cards. So we don't actually need the Apparition right now, but it is one of the unupgraded ones, so we have to play it basically. We can dual cast a Loop, that increases our damage by a lot. Eventually we're probably going to kill him with Bias Cog. Maybe we should have amplified that. Oh wait, yeah, Amplify does work, so that we would get 3 stacks of Loop from doing that. What else are we doing? It's not a very good static discharge fight. I guess we'll scrape to draw cards. Got 1 card. We'll play 0 cost stuff, just to get slow procs. And then I guess we'll start punching him. In the order of ascending damage, strike, following, strike plus. Okay, did some pretty good damage that turn. Double energy could be cute. I don't think we really need that, though. Maybe we need stack. What is All for One getting back right now? Strike and Force Field is it. We could dual cast Capacitor. Draws a bunch of cards, gets a bunch of orb slots, sets me up for getting a Bias Cog win. Seems fine. Dual casting self-repair seems good to exiting the fight with full health. And if we exit the fight with full health, then we get an upgrade next floor. Alright, see you later, Sir Artemal. Have a good one. We don't really need self-repair, though. We only really need it once. We're currently missing 7 health. I'm not expecting to take too much more damage. It is always going to cost 3, though, and we can play it right now. Alright, I guess for lack of a better thing to do, we'll play it now. There's the Meteor Strike, but we can't play it yet. Take an extra copy of All for One, sure. All for One draws Force Field, and then I think my hand fills up. 3, 6, 9, no. So it draws Force Field and Strike. So I can double All for One, double Force Field. Double Force Field almost blocks out. Let's start with that. And then what are we doing? I guess we can double Glacier too. Okay. Now we are blocked out, and Strike does 11. We don't really need more Echo Forms. This card is guaranteed to be on top. I think I'll take a Charge Battery. Just waiting on that Bias Cog. Or any power card. Or focus card, I suppose. I guess we're gonna just storm off then. Double Storm, double Machine Learning. So if we evoke all of these, we get 20 block. So we're gonna need the extra 14 from Charge Battery. And extra 16 from this, I think. And then we can double Storm. And I guess Machine Learning is actually kind of bad because then it draws us to a full hand every turn. But I don't see anything better to do. I guess Compile Driver has a pen nib going and a bunch of slow. 25's not that impressive though. Yeah, it evokes a Frost Orb, so it blocks it a little bit. Oh, I guess it evokes 3 Frost Orbs and blocks out completely. Loop seems great. It's not Bias Cog, but it's a little bit closer. If we play another Storm, we might actually get lethal this turn, even with no focus. So we have, let's see, we have 3 copies of Storm so far. So if we played 2 more, we'd go up to, we'd evoke 2 Frost Orbs and then 3 Frost Orbs, and we'd go up to 5, or sorry, 2 Frost Orbs and then 4 Frost Orbs, 6 total, going up to 5 stacks of Storm. So we've evoked 6 things. This would do another 5, so that's 11. And then I guess we run out. Oh no, we have Creative AI, so that'd be another 5. So that'd be 16 evoked Lightning Orbs for 16 times 8 damage. It's not enough, but it's a good start. And we'd still have some energy left over, as well as drawing a bunch of cards. So I guess let's see what they are. I must have misestimated, because this is clearly lethal. Kind of a weird way to kill Giant Head, but I'll take it. Stack Plus seems like it goes pretty well with a large deck Echo Form and Near Release Codex. So I'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, so we do get an upgrade here. Oh, actually, maybe this is the Ruby Key. I'm not sure what upgrade we really need. Most of the power just comes from Echo Form and doing stuff. Cool-Headed would be a nice upgrade. Creative AI might matter. Apparition is always good. I think we'll take the key, because that's the one thing we actually have to get. Alright, 2 mana Echo Form. Thank you very much. No attacks, so we can't become unconfused this turn. Probably means we're going to play Apparition and Charge Battery. Skim seems good while we're still confused. We can dual cast Genetic Algorithm to actually block and to proc itself, which seems great. Let's draw some cards and try to get unconfused. Nope, no powers. I guess we could draw a card with Compile Driver and try and find a power. Good thing this one's upgraded, because we don't need that. Okay, I guess just zap Ball Lightning. Maybe I could have Cool-Headed before the Compile Driver. I didn't want to draw too many cards, but we didn't draw enough, so... none of these, I don't think. Okay, Creative AI for 1 seems good. We can play it with Strike and Overclock to remove the confusion. We get to keep Claw at 0 and All for 1 in the draw pile. We also got some pretty good other cards: Ball Lightning and Apparition, Charge Battery, Skim costs 0. So this is a pretty good time to purge the debuffs. I guess we have to overclock. We'll overclock last so that it purges the debuffs before drawing? No, it's clearly after, because Claw costs 3. Well, that's a bummer. I thought we were getting a good one. I believe we have powers left in the deck. That's not true. Okay, so we don't want any of these. Tempest might be good later, but it's not that good now, so I won't take it now. Yep, we have Creative AI gone. Oh, you mean for the Amplify? Yeah, but we were guaranteed to draw an Amplify too, so we didn't really need it. We could Amplify a buffer, or we could just play the buffer. We get 2 copies of it either way. If we Amplify Buffer, some confusing things could happen. I guess we can Amplify Buffer and then like Turbo and play 2 copies of Hello World. Do I want 2 copies of Hello World? I think I might. You don't like Hello World, huh? I like Hello World quite a bit. It adds a bunch of damage. Sometimes it blocks. I was sort of assuming I need to block with Buffer this turn, but maybe that's not true. I could just dual cast Stack, and that actually blocks out. So let's do that. And then Amplify Buffer. And then Turbo out the All for 1. Skim causes a shuffle, so we can shuffle and put all the 0 cost stuff back in the bottom. Unfortunately, it draws us a Apparition, which we probably want to leave there. Okay. So we'll leave it there. No thanks on Hyper Beam. I think we're good. We could purge the debuff from Hyper Beam, theoretically. I'll take a charge battery for next turn. Probably want dual cast Apparition here. So let's start with that. Storm Capacitor's fine. That's probably how we end up killing him. And then we could Cool-Headed to get a Frost Orb and draw a card. Or we could charge Battery. And then I guess we can scrape. Actually, let's scrape, look for Turbo. Okay. Seems okay. Glacier helps block. Getting there slowly. Do we want double Storm or double Creative AI? I think double Storm. We don't really need Creative AI. Whatever gives us more fuel for the storm. If we draw cards with Skim, we could hit the Void. This is actually kind of a good turn to hit the Void. Because we don't need to do anything else this turn. Okay, there we go. Bias Cog, yes please. One of the two ways we can generate Bias Cog, either through Creative AI or Neuralist Codex. Dual Cast Force Field does most of the work for blocking. We could do Echo Form first. And then Dual Cast Force Field and Dual Cast Glacier. And then like Turbo Heat Sinks Defrag or something. Oh, maybe we're killing him. I had not considered that. I assumed we needed to block. Whatever. This is the easiest way to kill him. Okay. Focus Pot seems great. Probably better than Fire Potion. I don't think we want any more block cards. Yeah, we've got some pretty good block cards already. Force Field, all the Apparitions, Charge Battery, Genetic Algorithm. I think we're good. We've already got the Sapphire Key, and I don't think we want to risk another Curse. Not for a medium chest, at least. If it were a large chest, maybe. Actually, have we removed a card this run? We must have. We only have 3 strikes. So we wouldn't be able to afford to remove the Curse. So we'll skip this. Ooh, there's Mummified Hand. Maybe if I click on it enough, he'll give it to me. We apparently have not removed a card, because it only costs 75. I'm not sure what happened to those other two strikes. So removing a card is probably what we do here. Remove that strike. It's not really participating. We could remove the Curse, but that takes away 3 max HP. Which is more than the strike currently does. Alright, another free upgrade here. Coolhead or Apparition? I could see Overclock being part of that conversation too. We'll just jam an Apparition. Okay, now we go to another shop. Oh, there's our Clockwork Souvenir. Goes well with all of our generated Bias Cogs. Oh wait, we've already got a million ways to do that. Okay. 1 mana Echo Form, okay. Probably playing Scrape this turn. Actually, maybe we want to Ball Lightning Glacier before we scrape, so that we get rid of the confusion. Before we randomize the cost of too much stuff. Seems fine. Oh, we've run out of energy. Okay, well that's fine too. Extra Seek or Echo Form. I guess if I take Seek, I can get cards other than Echo Form. Okay, so we could amplify Creative AI and take 1. Or we could just dual cast Creative AI and still take 1. Or we could dual cast Apparition and then just play Creative AI. That seems fine. Let's see if FTL's got anything cool in it. No. None of these, I don't think. Maybe I should have taken the reboot there. What's wrong with reboot? We could take the double defrag. Seems good. Charge Brighter to set up for next turn, self-repair in case we take damage, and strike, I guess. Don't know what I would be seeking for. Sure, why not? Alright, here's our double genetic algorithm turn. It's nice to get that procced if we can. Play these things. I guess I'll play this. No downside. No upside either, but no downside. We have Creative AI, so Amplify can't hurt too bad. Probably not worth adding to the deck, but it's fine. We get to Claw all for 1 this turn if we want. It seems like the safe line is probably double buffer first. Oh, we didn't get the Claw back. I didn't look at the discard pile. Didn't realize there was a bunch of stuff in it. Okay. Probably don't want to play Glacier. I think we're... Actually, we can't block out without it, huh? We could Turbo Seek Echo Form. Sure. That sounds like fun. And then play Glacier block out. We're mostly looking for damage. I guess I'll take a Charge Veteran. Some way of winning the fight. Let's be safe while we play Electrodynamics. Fight's over. Okay. No thanks to a floor 47 genetic algorithm. I don't think Rip and Tear either. Swift Potion's actually pretty good. Maybe better than Potion of Capacity? I think probably not, though. Question mark or Fight? Fight is just one more way to die. Tesseract. Is there anything super busted we can get? I don't think there is. So let's just take 1 card and then get an upgrade. Apotheosis, huh? Apotheosis upgrades 2 apparitions, self-repair, Zap and Dual Cast. Zap and Dual Cast, it changes their price too if their cost has been randomized. I think it's a no though. Maybe Master Strategy is good enough. Draw 3 cards. Yeah, okay. Shrinks the size of the deck a tiny bit. Let's upgrade one more of the apparitions. We did a really bad job with genetic algorithm. I guess we picked it pretty late, but 31 is pretty low. We usually expect it to be up to like almost 50. It's not going to be very effective for blocking the heart. Alright, Echo Form is always getting played. I guess let's master strategy and see if we can find an attack for 0 to purge our debuffs. Maybe we need cool-headed instead. Yeah, let's cool-headed since that costs 0. Okay. If we overclock and draw a 0-cost attack, we get to purge our debuffs. But I think we're just more interested in playing Apparition right now. Let's get Skim. We've still got some cards to find. Right, double apparition seems probably good. Double apparition, creative FTL purges our debuffs as well. Although it doesn't draw any cards, but then Skim draws cards. We probably want to save Genetic Algorithm for playing it twice in this fight. We get back a Skim and a Cool-Headed. That's a lot of card draw. Let's play the Cool-Head first. Clear out some hand size and play Skim. Okay. Probably shouldn't have played that Skim. I think there's an unupgraded apparition left. Oh no, there isn't. I guess there's only 2 unupgraded apparitions left. Just one. I already played him. Okay. We almost got there. I didn't think it was going to happen. Eventually we'll evoke infinite Frost Orbs, so let's take Blizzard. It's a good AoE fight. We could double play Apparition again, or we could double play Loop, which is more fun. Let's make sure we survive until the fun part of the fight. And then we'll play these and that. We could draw Apparition, but we'd want to dual cast it next turn. For 27, that seems like a lot. We don't need these right now. I'd rather shuffle. Oh, I guess we're shuffling either way, huh? Because we draw 7 cards. Electrodynamics helps end the fight. We'll probably want to play Apparition first. I mean, I guess I'll take another Blizzard. It's probably wrong. Alright, now we can double Blizzard and then double Glacier and then Blizzard. Yes. More Frost Orbs is what we're trying to do, apparently, in this fight for some reason. Double Echo Form, double Genetic Algorithm seems great. We don't need to play these other cards, but we can because it's fun. We get 100 block. Hooray! Dual casting Claw seems wise. We could overclock to draw cards, but then we might draw creative AI, and we kind of want to play that when we see it. So I think I won't. Nope, none of these. Those aren't bias cog. Get another Echo Form. We're already 3 times Echo Form. I think we're okay. Suddenly we're looking like we're taking damage. We have Turbo, so we can play a bunch of cards this turn. Let's dual cast Turbo, and then let's see. Does Scrape ever block for us? Yeah, it gets Defend, dual cast. Those both block. Cool Head, Steam Barrier also blocks. Force Field blocks for time. Okay, great. So we will Turbo twice apparently, and then Scrape. And get nothing. Okay, so I guess we're gonna skim and keep looking for stuff. Okay, there's all the zero cost stuff. Max block here is Ball Lightning, Dual Cast, and then other stuff, ending with Stack. Seems like if we're ending with Stack, we'll probably have enough. Let's see, so we're 16, plus 6 is 22, plus Stack is 41. He's attacking for 42, so technically we're taking 1 right now. But if we play any more cards, we do hit it with Stack. But actually, we probably wouldn't hit it, because the next cards I want to play are Echo Form and Creative Eye, which don't go in the discard. Alright, so we're just going to take 1, that's fine. No, none of these. Oh, we're actually taking 3, huh? Crap. We have 2 Blizzards coming up, so if we dual cast Glacier twice, then those will be closer to being lethal. We have 4 stacks of Echo Form, so we can dual cast 4 cards. We actually don't have enough energy for 2 Glaciers, because they're expensive. We can play 1 of them. And then a Claw, I suppose. Machine Learning. We don't need another copy of Electrodynamics, although playing it does channel 4 orbs. This is skip. There's the Bias Cog. Okay, great. So now we can double Bias Cog, double Blizzard, double Force Field. Oh, this just ends the fight, huh? It's not technically. Alright, well we have to play a skill or else we don't purge debuffs, but that's a skill, so there we go. Might as well end the fight. Okay. Well, that was an abrupt ending when we as soon as we generated a Bias Cognition, which I guess is how this deck works. Oh, we got exactly 1,000 damage. That's never happened to me. Huh. Alright, so we have achieved 1 point, and we've succeeded in our run on the infinite ladder. We get to go for a 2nd point here. I guess we'll take the last apparition upgrade. Sure. And we do nothing with this shop. Here's a Bias Cog taunting us. Alright, this fight's dangerous. Could die. Max block is Glacier Zap Dual Cast. Defend. So that would do 8 block, rotate up the orbs, and evoke one of them twice. So that would block for 10 plus 8, 18 plus 2, so 20. And we would still take 8. Oh wait, no, we would take 3 because we would defend too. And doing that skips Echo Form. And I'm pretty sure if we skip Echo Form, we lose. So let's play Echo Form. And then use the Focus Potion. Focus Potion is a big gun to pull out this early, but I think it's correct. If we can Pile Driver, we purge debuffs, which seems pretty valuable. We could hit Creative AI and not be able to play it, but we don't super need Creative AI. Okay. I feel like you should be able to purge the Surrounded debuff. guess I'll play this for 2. We don't have a ton of time for messing around in this fight. I think we'll take Skim to increase our chance of drawing an apparition. Alright, great. We get to dual cast Genetic Algorithm. It's both productive and procs it 2 more times, so we get up to 40 by the heart fight. Almost up to that 50 I was talking about. We're blocked out, so we're most concerned with just striking the spear here. And I guess we can get an energy next turn. Charge battery. We could put Rebound together with All for One. All for One's crazy in this shuffle because it gets Glacier and Dual Cast, so it's like a lot of block and overclock stuff. I don't know if that makes Rebound good enough. I think it might. Alright, there it is. I think we want to dual cast an Apparition this turn. I don't want to take 60. So let's do that first. How many cards are we getting back? So we have, we can rebound it too. We're getting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So we have room. So we'll go ahead and rebound All for One. And do it again next turn. I guess we could have overclocked if we hadn't played some other card first. I have finally succumbed to the Call of the Ladder Shake, although I have to point out that I did change the rules. So I was unsatisfied with laddering because I feel like, okay, with my sort of win rate behavior, what I would expect to happen with a ladder is that I climb until like 5 or something and then die, and then just climb until 5 again, and that just leads to me like playing lots of low ascension Slay the Spire, which is not like really what I would want to be spending my time doing. So that's a problem, and I took that problem with another problem that I have with Slay the Spire, which is that after you've played a ton, there's no like easy question you can ask to figure out how good somebody is. Like it seems like the sort of agreed upon like streamer Slay the Spire question is like, how long of a win streak have you gotten? But I find that to be a very poor measurement of success, because it's basically just like how lucky did you get that one time, and B, how long have you been trying? Yeah, exactly. So this is what I'm doing. Yep. So I thought about the going up every time you win and going down every time you lose. So that's what I'm doing. But I've added some refinement to it. Okay, so when you're playing Slay the Spire for the first time and you're climbing Ascensions, if you get to Act 4, if you beat the Act 3 boss, and then die to the Heart or the Act 4 Elite, that counts as a win, and you've unlocked the next Ascension level. So I'm taking that little seed of an idea, and I'm saying if you kill the Act 4 bosses, you get 1 point, and it counts as a win. And if you kill the Heart, you get another point. So you get 2 points for a Heart kill, and you only climb an Ascension when you've got 4 points. So if you kill the Act 4 bosses on all 4 characters, that's one way to go up. Or you could kill the Heart on 2 characters. And I'm doing standard sort of rotation. And yeah, and when you die in Act 1, 2, or 3, you go down an Ascension level and lose all your points. So that's my current system. I like it quite a bit. And I think that eventually I'll get to the point where I stabilize, and then that number that I stabilize on, that's the answer to how good of a Slay the Spire question am I. It's I play Infinite Ladder at Ascension 8, right? It's a little bit complicated, but it's not super complicated. Also, this is a game, like it's gamey, you know. Okay, that was a long tangent. Do we play this Apparition just to get an Apparition proc for next turn? Next turn we're going to be doing All for One things again. I guess it's not. We're not getting an apparition for next turn. We're getting an apparition for the following turn. And there are no more apparitions in the deck, so it seems like we. Oh wait, there is one. We might accidentally scrape past it. So playing this apparition now lets us potentially scrape next turn, which seems kind of valuable. It gets us master strategy. I mean, so it does sound complicated. The easy summary is like, if you win with all 4 characters, you go up. If you lose, you go down. If you kill the heart, that counts as winning with 2 characters. I think I will apparition now. We don't have to dual cast every apparition to win the fight. I don't think we need these. Okay, so we found creative AI. Do we have turbo? I don't see turbo here. No, we don't have turbo. So we can't play all for one and creative AI, which is unfortunate. Unless turbo's in here. Turbo is in here, obviously. Yes, losing makes you go down and go to 0 points. So once you lose, you go down an ascension level, and then you have to win with all 4 again to go back up. So then we can guarantee draw them all. Oh wait, is that true? Master Shadow draws 3, and those 3 could be Ball Lightning, Force Field, and FTL. Nope. So we do guarantee draw them all, because then FTL draws either turbo or scrape, and then scrape draws turbo if we miss it. So we're guaranteed to draw turbo here. So we are going to play creative AI and all for one. Okay, and we just drew it, so fine. Oh, I forgot we were dual casting that. Great. We just got to do it twice. Okay, so let's play these cards to get them out of hand. I think we want to play Steam Barrier just to put it on the bottom of the cards that FTL is getting back. How many cards is FTL getting back? Actually, not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, kind of a lot. So let's get Self-Repair out of hand. Self-Repair currently heals us to full, so we don't have to Echo Form it. It does assume we don't take any more damage in the fight, which is not necessarily going to happen. And then we can Steam Barrier, and then All for One gets us back all the cards that aren't Steam Barrier. Okay, Glacier makes future blizzards better. We want a Claw, obviously. Oh, we should have overclocked while we had Claw in hand to put Claw on the bottom. That was a mistake. Oh well. Alright, so now we just won't overclock. Or play anything else. We could turbo out a Ball Lightning and a Scrape that causes a shuffle. No, I don't want to get the, I don't want to get too voided. We're already getting burns and voids, and we can't really deal with statuses that well. The main way this deck deals with statuses is it just generates a bunch of cards, so it doesn't care if there's statuses in the hand, because I have a full hand of somewhat useful stuff, pretty much no matter what. Okay. White Noise is great. Let's pick White Noise. Electrodynamics helps end the fight. Unfortunately, we drew All for One too early. Maybe we should play White Noise before Electro. I think doubling White Noise is probably better than doubling Electro. Buffer and Creative AI. Wow. All for One isn't super good right now, so we don't have to play it. Our buff bar overlaps the Spire Spears buff bar. I've never seen that happen. That's amazing. I like how it's perfectly lined up too, so it looks like his one artifact charge. Wait, what is happening there? What's my last thing? Now I literally don't even know. I know it's green. Guess that's all I get to know about that one. Sure. Second copy of All for One seems good. If nothing else, it gets back that dual cast. Okay, we can dual cast another Echo Form and then play Apparition. Was it intangible? Oh yeah, because now it's gone. Oh man, forgetting about your intangible is kind of a big deal. But they line up so perfectly that they, like, the one, you couldn't even tell there was two overlapping ones, because it was one intangible and one artifact. That was silly. Okay, so this turn is probably Echo Form, Claw, Apparition. Maybe we want to play All for One to get the Claw back. I think going up to 3 Echo Form seems important. And playing 2 Apparitions seems important. And that means we're sacrificing playing All for One. That's okay. We've probably channeled a lot of Lightning Orbs. How many Lightning Orbs have we channeled? Maybe not enough to make that good. I'll just do that. Nobody's attacking this turn. That is not guaranteed to happen in this fight. Double defrag seems good. We don't have to play an Apparition. I think I will, though, just to make sure I'm safe next turn. So let's double defrag, and then double Apparition, and then I suppose double Static Discharge? I don't know what's the point of Static Discharge is exactly. Oh man, now it's even more confusing. So now my Apparitions overlap with his strength. He has 2 strength and I have 2 Apparitions, so it's continuing to be the same number. I don't need Artifact. This isn't relevant damage. Recycle could be useful, actually. There's like quite a few statuses in the deck right now. Okay, so we can double defrag again, which seems correct, so let's do that. And then double skim draws 6 cards, which is more than we can hold, so let's double FTL instead. And then I guess the last card double is a strike. Now we can hold all the cards from skim. We can't really do much this turn. I guess we could develop Hello World. Doesn't really seem necessary. Okay. Tempest potentially ends the fight soon. Let's see, what are these cards? Our artifact is wearing off, so we'll probably need that double glacier. We do have recycle with it, so we could like double recycle ball lightning or something, and go up to 6 energy, and then tempest for 6. It ends up evoking 5 lightning orbs for 14. So they do what is that, like 70 damage? Yeah, so that's probably lethal. Okay, so we can also double defrag with it. Oh wait, and Tempest itself is going to be doubled. Does look pretty lethal. Ooh, lizard tail for the heart? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Hologram? We're trying to hologram anything? Seems like most of the things we're trying to do are in our draw pile rather than our discard pile. I don't know why that would be true, but it seems like it is. Hologram can get back all for one. I don't think we need capacitor, despite the fact that it would have been very useful in that fight, because we only have one fight left and we have potion of capacity for it, so like, capacitor can't be that useful. Cool-headed helps us draw stuff. I'll take a hologram. I've been looking for one for a long time. I don't know if it's specifically useful against the heart, but it seems like it makes the deck a little bit better. Not for 3 mana on turn 1, though. Let's go ahead and just drink this right away. Oops. Shit, I just wasted healing. Damn you, Toy Ornithopter. Forcing me to forget about things. Amplify Echo Form seems good. We take 2 beat damage, but that doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I am actually going to restart the fight, though, so that I can heal the 2 beat damage with the orb capacity. I'm not against restarting fights. Okay, so amplify Echo Form. 2 Echo Forms. And then we can stack Self-Repair. And we can potion capacity whenever we need to. Charge battery seems good so far. I don't know. I don't really understand the implications of liquid memories. It seems like it's fictionally problematic, I'll say it that way. Like, if people have liquid memories, like, why am I climbing this tower over and over? Like, don't we remember the previous tower ascent and how that ended? Also, how did that end? What does the ending to this game mean? And other existential problems. We can double proc genetic algorithm, which is good because it blocks, and also because it helps us in future fights. Oh wait. There are no future fights. This is the last one. But it, you know, this is the reason we upgraded genetic algorithms for this fight, so let's do it. We want to play Glacier to get lots of frost orbs in case we generate a blizzard. All Lightning does damage. Let's get some energy for next turn. We should have drank an orb of capacity, a potion of capacity here. There's no reason not to have full orb slots here. I'm not going to restart the fight for that, though. We'll probably just fill it up again. I won't, but jeez, man, now I'm missing healing too. Oh, man. I think we're fine. We don't need electrodynamics, particularly in this fight, other than as a way of generating lightning orbs, so I think we're going to wait on drawing creative ad until we start putting stuff like this in the draw. Stop hitting yourself, heart. Okay, so we need a bunch of block this turn. Let's start with that. And, I guess this blocks for more than defend. I think we'll probably end up playing it this turn. It's kind of expensive, but let's see if we get an apparition. It costs 3. That's inconvenient. We can go back and get Turbo and play it for 0. Seems like kind of a waste of liquid memories. So let's just draw more cards. Okay, there's a 2-mana one. We're still not dual casting it with Echo Form. But we are putting one in the discard so that we can liquid memories later. There's no reason to do that. I don't think we want Reboot. I don't think the other ones do enough. Alright, we've drawn a Void. We take beat damage when we create a all for one. Let's see how much all for one's drawing before we play it. So it's drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, 7. So we kind of need all the hand size we can give it. The last cards are Defend Plus, which we don't super need, Strike Plus, which would be nice to get, and Compile Driver. So we're probably missing, let's see, we're playing Creative AI, and then this will have 5 cards in hand, so we're missing the last 2. So we're missing a Defend and a Strike, that's okay. We get dual cast Creative AI, which is nice. Okay. And now we can block so we stop taking beat damage. Get some Frost Orbs. Get energy next turn. And Ball Lightning to do damage. Extra all for one next turn seems great. Thanks, Nerly. I think I want to double capacitor, double defrag, even though it causes me to take a little bit of damage. Actually, double apparition is pretty good here. Yeah, let's double apparition first. Okay, so now we are allowed to drink potions, because we have 6 health to heal. I think it's more important that we get 4 orb slots than we get 1 focus. Yeah. Yeah, low ascensions are very helpful for the Council of Ghosts event. Let's defrag clear up hand room. I don't know exactly what cards I'm drawing, but it doesn't matter. I want an all for one. It's super good no matter what they are. Okay, finally we can stop the beat damage. Compile Driver would draw exactly these 2 cards, which I suppose is good so that we can get them out of the way. Get back to drawing the cards that matter, like all for one. We don't need to do this, but it's fun. We could overclock to shuffle. If we were going to do that, we should have done it with a bunch of zero-cost stuff in hand. I think it's pretty reasonable to not do that. There's a Blizzard. We've been generating Frost Orbs all this time, thinking about if we generate a Blizzard, so I guess we'll go for it. We're intangible next turn, so we don't really care about damage too much, or else we would take the Force Field. Hey, there's Bioscog. Okay, so we probably want to play double Bioscog, double Blizzard, and maybe double Bioscog, double Apparition. Oh wait, Apparition doesn't really do anything right now. We probably just want to save these Apparitions. I guess double Apparition does block the next attack of the cycle. Right, it's definitely double Bioscog. So let's do that first. Beat damage is still 1, so Apparition doesn't matter for blocking it. And then I think it's just double Apparition, Blizzard. Taking so much beat damage. Okay. We could take Creative AI to get more powers, or we could take Recycle to play more cards in our hand. I think Recycle is important. We have a bunch of statuses we can't deal with. Alright, but Bioscog should be the end of the real part of the fight. Let's play double stack to block the beat damage, and then double buffer single Echo Form. No, we're not playing single Echo Form. Can we like go off here? We have 2 all for ones and a turbo. Feels like it's almost an infinite turn. I think we could cast all for one like 4 times or something. Oh wait, turbo doesn't come back because it costs 1. It's a critical component of the infinite all for one combos is actually doing stuff. Also, we don't get the all for one back. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's just get this double stack and the double buffer. And then I guess if we're not playing Echo Form, we might as well recycle it. We could recycle the Zap and play the Echo Form. That seems pretty good too. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. So I guess we have to turbo out the Echo Form if we want to play it. Okay. We don't really need any more orb slots. We could theoretically take damage at some point. It's equilibrium. Hey, look, another Bioscog. That's neat. We have to be really careful about blocking now because we have buffers to protect. So we have to double Force Field first. And then we can double Bioscog. And double Scrape, I guess, is the only attack to purge the debuffs. Compiled Overdose, 2 cards. Seems like the most important part of the card is it does 8 damage, so let's just play it. Another Claw or another Scrape. I think we skip that. We've got 17 focus, so I think we've got other plans at the moment. Alright, double Glacier blocks the beat damage, so we can get another double buffer up. As though we were ever taking damage again. Seems important to get double Ball Lightning going. And then I'll play a single Charge Battery. None of these matter. If we can damage cap this turn, we win. I don't think we... This deck is not really built to damage cap the heart. Irritatingly, we have to either double Steam Barrier or lose a buffer charge to the beat. Storm seems like a source of lightning, which is the primary thing we're missing. Maybe we can damage cap this turn. 20 times 11 is what it would take. So we'd need to do 4 more. We can amplify, but we can't get there. Unless there's a power in here somehow. Is there card draw? Get cool-headed and maybe get one, I guess. Overclock is card draw. Okay, overclock is card draw. Let's recycle this Slimed. And then overclock ourselves some powers. No. I guess we can all for one and then overclock again. Or we could cool-headed. All for one also does damage, so... Oh hey, and there's a lightning orb. Doesn't have to be all from powers, necessarily. Oh, did we not get back the... Our hand filled up, so we didn't get back the overclock. Okay, so we're not getting it. Alright, that's fine. Oh wait, did we get enough? No. We did 3 more. Or 2 more, I guess. Yeah, 2 more would have done it. We can't block. Oh, we can. Okay. And then Blizzard Lethal. Yes. I finally built my my Blizzard defect deck that I'm always looking to build. Okay. Great, that was fun. Kapow! Laser beams. Take that, heart. What does defect find at the top of the tower? Of the spire? I don't know. Bunch of 1s and 0s, that's for sure. Yes, we definitely overanalyzed this fight. I have played mostly Ascension 20 Slay the Spire, and so I'm used to things being harder. We get to discard some potions at the top. Liquid memories, we wouldn't want any of those. Wouldn't want to remember any of these 1s or 0s, or the sequences thereof. Pretty good run. I wish you could click on your deck right now. I don't know why you can't. Yeah, that worked well.